Hey, welcome back to World Entertainment, and spooky season continues as we've more spooky movie news. As Blumhouse wants to revive another horror franchise after Halloween and The Exorcist. That's the brand new Exorcist that's coming out. What is that movie? Well, you've clearly seen via the thumbnail. It is Friday the 13th. Well, let's have a look at the article and we'll discuss a bit about it. So, Blumhouse has already become an expert in bringing back horror genre films. After reviving Halloween and The Exorcist with David Gordon Green helming both projects, the company is already thinking about the next bloody saga that they can bring back to the big screen. In 2018, Blumhouse achieved the unexpected, telling a new story within the Halloween universe that connected directly to the original film, with Jamie Lee Curtis making her triumphant return to the saga. That film ended up becoming a trilogy, which, although it did not have the best of endings, was extremely successful. Was it? I don't think it was. The first one was, the other two, not so much. On October 6th, after having modified its release date so as not to compete with Taylor Swift, Blumhouse will release The Exorcist Believer. This film, which is a sequel to the original 1973 horror classic, will also seek to start a franchise, telling more stories within the same universe. And although The Exorcist Believer hasn't even been released, Blumhouse is already thinking about the future. In an interview with Inverse, company executive Ryan Turek revealed which is the next horror franchise they would like to revive, and it is nothing less than Friday the 13th. So he says, Jason and I, that's Jason Blum, are definitely in agreement that Friday the 13th is the thing we would love to get our hands on. I really want to go back to the basic. You don't need too many ingredients for a Friday the 13th film. You need summer camp, you need campers, and you need Jason Voorhees in a mask. Listen, I've gone on the record saying Halloween is the ultimate slasher film for me. That's my favourite slasher film of all time. But Friday the 13th as a franchise is one that I just bow down to. I just love everything about it. And if we were able to live in both worlds like we do with Halloween, then to be able to live at Crystal Lake for a while would be so incredible. Well, now, here's the thing about them wanting to do a Friday the 13th movie. It's virtually impossible. Not because the budget would have to be super high, not because you would have to build these extravagant sets, all this. No, it's because the rights for Friday the 13th are an absolute mess at the moment. They are split, I believe, between a group of people, but the main person has agreed that anyone can basically make a Friday the 13th movie. It's just that it's either they can't use the camp, they can't use Crystal Lake, or it's they can't use Jason. It's one of those two. And possibly the name of Friday the 13th as well. There's been companies trying to buy the rights for years now, and they've just been saying no. And it all really ended up being a disaster with the rights after the previous attempt to reboot Friday the 13th. Whatever year that disaster of a movie came out. But let's face it, Halloween, it was successful. I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was dog shit, to be honest with you. Halloween Kills was a disaster. Halloween Ends was an unmitigated disaster. An Exorcist believer, no one's seen it yet, so there's no comments on what that thing's going to be like, but the trailers looked terrible. They really did. And if they want to continue more than one story in that universe as well. By the way, I like the way he's kind of saying, oh, we want to play and build these universes around this one story. It's like, there already was in the originals. There's more than one Exorcist movie. There was clearly more than one Halloween movie. But they seem to have this mindset of, oh, no, we're going to start the franchise. And he's basically said the same thing about Friday the 13th. Oh, yeah, we'd love to just build a universe with that. There's already a Friday the 13th universe. And it's pretty much all garbage. If you've never seen Jason X, if you want to see Jason Voorhees in the future in space for all of like 10 minutes, watch that dog shit of a movie. But yeah, the rights for Friday the 13th are a disaster. They're all over the place at the moment. So there's not a hope that they're going to get that. But that's what they want. They would love to do a Friday the 13th movie. God knows why, but whatever. They want to do it. But there you go. Blumhouse is interested in trying to get Friday the 13th. Will it happen? Probably not. But I'm sure they will try their best. And with that, I'll leave it there for this one. So cheers. Catch you in the next one.